Time to do a little Janet Jackson. She's going to show up sooner or later on this fancy playlist from Rhythm Nation. That was a huge album in 1989, 1990. First single, if I recall correctly, from Rhythm Nation was Miss You Much. God, fantastic beat to that record. Late summer, fall of 1989. Remember that song? I remember that song alone. It was the same time as Sowing the Seeds of Love, which was a debut single by Tears for Fear off their new album at the time. Brilliant record, both of them brilliant records. But we got All Right at number 33. It went to number 4 on Billboard's Hot 100. And fourth single from Rhythm Nation. The video, oh my goodness. Video was major production, major splurge. But that's what one would expect from a Jackson video, whether it's Michael or Janet Jackson, a mini movie. Because they sold so many CDs, sold so many albums, the record companies could probably afford to spend a lot on their videos. And boy, it's great production. We got Cab Calloway in this video. And the Nicholas Brothers. The Nicholas Brothers were legendary dancers back in the day, back in the 30s and 40s. Fayard, I believe is how you pronounce his name, Fayard and Howard. Fayard was born in 1914. That was the year World War I started. And you got Howard, who was born in 1921, back in the Roaring Twenties. And Warren, I believe, no, was it? Yeah, Warren Harding was president at the time. Then it was Calvin Coolidge, then Hubert Hoover. But enough of American history. Let's get back to this record. Oh, my goodness. My inner history teacher. All right, Janet Jackson's. All right, going back to this video. The Nicholas Brothers, they made their Broadway debut in the 30s, 1936. It was in the musical Ziegfeld. I believe is how you pronounce it. Ziegfeld Follies of 1936, and they appeared in a movie. First, their movie debut was Kid Millions, which starred Eddie Cantor. That came out in 1934 during the Great Depression. Well, they're in this video. Lots of legends in this video. And now, I got to talk about a couple of songs. It samples a couple of songs. One of them, BT Express's Do You Like It? That came out in 1974. And boy, I don't even know where to start now. I'm at a loss for words. Doggone, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. It's time for bed. Lynn Collins. Lynn Collins. It samples Lynn Collins. Think about it. Lynn Collins, a funk singer, soul singer. Boy, she gives it her all in this record. This is from her this song came out in 1972. It was off her debut album, written and produced by James Brown. Got the James Brown sound to it, the jams. You got the scrappy drum beat and the bass line and I guess the extended hi hat. And it's just classic James Brown. James Brown's band, the JB's backing her up on this song. It's a throwdown. It's a party. It's a party. Good party record. But it didn't do too well on Billboard's Hot 100 at the time. Only got as high as number 66 on Billboard Hot 100, although it did do better on R&B. I believe it made top 10 on R&B, 1972. Gosh, dog, I tell you, if I was a program director if I was a music director of a top 40 station in 1972, I'd be sorely tempted to add that record onto the playlist. But anyway, the song, by the way, Think About It, has been refined recently by Barbara Tucker. And boy, she's another great soul singer going right into this record. At samples, it does heavily sample the original version, but she puts a nice spin on the Lynn Collins song, which leads to this. It's been one of the most heavily sampled records, think about it, in hip-hop. Sampled in All Right by Janet Jackson, and sampled in Push It by Salt-N-Pepa. Janet Jackson with All Right at number 33, up 4 from 37 on my fancy playlist, April 23rd, 1990.